ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا وحبيبنا وشفيعنا ومولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا وداعيا إلى الله بإذنه وسراجا منيرا أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولقد آتينا لقمان الحكمة أن اشكر لله وقال تعالى يؤتي الحكمة من يشاء ومن يؤت الحكمة فقد أوتي خيرا كثيرا صدق الله العظيم. Most honorable ulama kiram, respected brothers and elders of Islam, all praise be to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and peace and salutations be on our master beloved Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. In past there was a person by the name of Luqman Hakim, Luqman alayhi salatu wa salam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks about him in the Quran, and there is an entire chapter, whole surah by the name of Surah Luqman in Para 21. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran that whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grants hikmat and wisdom, yu'ti al-hikmata man yasha. Whom Allah wants, Allah grants him wisdom and hikmat. وَمَنْ يُؤْتَ الْحِكْمَةَ فَقَدْ أُوتِيَ خَيْرًا كَثِيرًا. And that person whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has gifted with the bounty of wisdom and hikmat, and whom Allah granted hikmat, Allah is saying فَقَدْ أُوتِيَ خَيْرًا كَثِيرًا. Allah has granted him with lots of goods. So if you see someone who is wise, who got wisdom in him, then know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has gifted him and granted him lots of goods. And amongst them one was Luqman alayhi salatu wa salam. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gifted him and granted him hikmat and wisdom. Once one person came to him and he said, "Oh Luqman, ma balagha bika ma ra al-yawm," that how you possess this and how come you are elevated so high. And me and you once, we used to graze sheep and goats in mountains. And Luqman Hakim, Luqman alayhi salatu wa salam, Ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhu said that kana Habshiyan Sudani, that he was an Abyssinian from Sudan. So outwardly, if someone had to see him, they would say, what is this, what this person has. So very same way, his friend came to him and told him that Luqman, me and you, we used to raise sheep and goats in mountains. How come you are elevated so high and you have hundreds of students? How come Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave you this? So he said, because of two qualities in me, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala elevated me so high. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted me the status and I got hundreds of students. If we all have to inculcate these two qualities in us, believe that this will be a salvation for us in this dunya and akhirat. So what were the two qualities that Luqman Hakim said? Because of these things, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala elevated him so high. Number one, he said, Sidqul Hadith. He said to his friend, whenever I spoke the truth. I never speak a lie. When Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, At-tajiru sadiqul ameen, ma'a siddiqina wal nabiyyin. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, a trustworthy and a truthful businessman. On the day of Qiyamah, Allah will reckon him and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make him stand with the Siddiqeen, with the Nabiyeen, with the Shuhada. Means what Anbiya alayhi salatu wa salam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make him stand. Who? That businessman who is truthful and who is trustworthy. So this quality of speaking the truth. 2 days back, one great scholar came on Ibrahim Sahib, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant him long life, good health. He gave one story. He was trying to explain that the more piety a person has in him, the more effect of his reading will have on the next person. He gave an example. He said sometimes a small boy, you bring him, one person reads and blow on him, there is no effect on the small boy of this person. But if a pious person comes and he reads one Surah Fatiha, Surah Ikhlas, and he blows on the person, on the small baby or a boy, then that was what effect on the small boy. The jadoo is gone, the sickness is gone, the calamity is gone. Why? Because of his piety. Then he gave one story. He said once one pious person was passing a town. And it so happened namaz time he went to the masjid and he performed his salah wa jamaat in the masjid. After namaz he saw the Imam Sahib of the masjid was very thin and tiny. So he called the Imam Sahib and said, Imam Sahib, people of this town, they don't look after you. You're so thin, your health is so bad. He told the Imam Sahib, give me one bowl full of water. The Imam Sahib went and he filled that bowl full of water and he got before this pious person. This pious person read something and he blew on the bowl. It so happened that the water became ghee. And he told this Imam Sahib, now listen, this ghee here you keep on eating whatever you eat every day. And he said this and he went to it. Imam Sahib, mashallah, every day, whatever he used to eat, he used to have this ghee with it. So day by day he gained his health and he was good and healthy. A year later, the very same pious person was passing the very same town. And the Imam of the town saw him. So Imam Sahib called him. He told the pious person that, listen, a year before you came to me and you read this, he said when you were reading, I heard what you were reading. I heard you were reading Surah Fatiha and Surah Ikhlas and you blew on that water. He said after that water it became ghee. Once the ghee was finished, every time I filled that water, that bowl of water, and I read the Surah Fatiha and Surah Ikhlas, but that water never turned into ghee. How come? What you read, I also read. So that pious person told him, Imam Sahib, Maulana, for 40 years of my life has passed that the sun never speak a lie. The sun never speak a lie. So this was the effect of the piety that pious person had that made that water. What we want to say, that sidqul hadith, whatever, even Luqman Hakim said, that Allah gave me the status, this honor because of two qualities. Number one, sidqul hadith, whenever I spoke the truth. Every person sitting here, make a firm intention, inshallah from today, I will never speak a lie. Whether creation can be displeased, but I cannot displease my Creator, my Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by speaking lies. Ask ourselves every day how much lie we speak. Sometimes to impress or please a customer or impress someone else, please someone else. We're speaking lies for that temporary time, we're speaking lies just to please someone else. See to ourselves every day Allah is watching me. Kiraman Katibin are writing how much lie I am speaking every day. So number one, sidqul hadith, whenever we speak the truth. The second quality, Luqman Hakim said that I got in me, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave me this respect and honor. He said, وَالسُّكُوتُ عَمَّا لَا يَعْنِي. He said, whatever was not necessary, I never speak. I only spoke when there was a necessity. Whatever was futile, lie, I never speak. Ask ourselves daily how much time are we spending in futile talks. Just talking, sometimes blurting nonsense, just backbiting, slandering, whatever we can think about. Every town you find gatherings every day. Few gatherings there, one gathering there, one gathering there. And people are just sitting there and backbiting, slandering, talking about creation. He is doing this, you know what's it? Wasting life, wasting hours, wasting time, destroying akhirat for nothing. See, ask ourselves daily, how much time am I spending just talking about others, backbiting, gossiping, slandering, what I heard from someone, passing what to someone. Daily, how much time am I spending and destroying my akhirat and displeasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So see, that's what Uthman Hakim said, I left unnecessary talks in my life, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave me the status. Once one wise person was passing, and he saw one person sitting next to a donkey. So he was watching him and he went near to him and asked him, listen brother, I see you sitting next to a donkey, what are you doing? He said, I am teaching this donkey how to speak. What he said? I am teaching this donkey how to speak. That wise man told him, listen, this donkey will never learn from you how to speak. You learn from this donkey how to be silent. ये गधा आपसे कभी बोली नहीं सीखेगा, लेकिन इस गधे से खामोश रहना सीखो. Luqman Hakim said, "Was-sukutu salam." In silence, there is lots of protection. He said, "Ma nadamtu ala as-sukuti marratan, walakin nadamtu ala al-kalami mirara." What he said? What good advice he gave. He said, I was never regretful whenever I was silent. Whenever I was silent, I was never regretful. But whenever I opened my mouth, وَلَكِنْ نَدَمْتُ عَلَى الْكَلَامِ مِرَارًا. Many times it happened, I regretted when I opened my mouth, when I was speaking. So make a firm intention from today that whenever I will speak, I make sure I'm speaking correct. The scholars say, before we speak, tell our hearts that listen, whatever you are saying now, one day this will have to prove in the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you're able to prove what you say to creation, and one day you have to prove this before in the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. जब भी बोलो तो ये सोचो कि जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ मुझे कल क़यामत के दिन अल्लाह के सामने इसको साबित करना होगा. क्या मैं साबित कर सकूँ? Was I able to prove before Allah what I'm speaking? Gossiping, backbiting, slandering, futile talks, just passing time. Was I able to prove before Allah? If the heart says no, you are not able to prove before Allah, then keep quiet. Rather make the dhikr of Allah and elevate our status in Jannah. Let us pass and value our time by saying through on Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and being connected to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and connecting ourselves to people who don't even like us. So what he said, number 2 quality, that was-sukutu amma la ya'nini. I was quiet and I never speak unnecessary talks. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala elevated him so much that he was not a Nabi, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala spoke about Luqman alayhi salam in the Quran. Before his death, he told his son, أُوصِيكَ بِسِتِّ خِصَالٍ يَجْمَعُ بِهَا عِلْمُ الْأَوَّلِينَ وَالْآخِرِينَ. He said, oh my son, now I'm leaving the world. I'll give you 6 advices. And this 6 advices encompasses the knowledge from the first and the end. So you take the 6 advices from me and take it to the heart and practice on them. There is not enough time to complete all the 6. Number 1, he said, لا تجعل قلبك إلى الدنيا إلا بقدر بقائك فيها. لا تشغل قلبك إلى الدنيا إلا بقدر بقائك فيها. He said, do not let your heart entrap to this dunya except to the time you are passing in this dunya. Means how much time we have in this world, accordingly busy ourselves into the things of this world. وَعْمَلْ لِلْآخِرَةِ بِقَدْرِ بَقَائِكَ فِيهَا. And the second advice he gave, he said that spend your time and make an effort behind your akhirat. To the amount of the time you have to spend your time in akhirat. For every individual sitting here, ask ourselves, 100 years back, none of us existed. The earth was running, but none of us existed. 100 years down the line, all of us sitting here, none of us will be on this machine. Someone else will be sitting here. So our duration in this world is in between 100 years. And ask ourselves, how much effort am I putting behind this dunya? لا تشغل قلبك إلى الدنيا إلا بقدر بقائك فيها. Imam Ghazali rahmatullah alayhi writes in his Ihya. He said this entire world is full of sesame seed. And every 500 years a sparrow has to come and eat one seed. He said it will take millions and billions and trillion years to finish it. But a day will definitely come when the sparrow will complete all the sesame seeds. He said, but the life in the hereafter will never come to an end. So وَعْمَلْ لِلْآخِرَةِ, make an effort for your akhirat, for your hereafter, according to the time you have to stay in there. And we all know, we all have to live, we all have to pass, and we all will live in Jannah inshallah forever, forever and forever. Quran is saying, وَأَمَّا الَّذِينَ سُعِدُوا فَفِي الْجَنَّةِ خَالِدِينَ فِيهَا. Those who are fortunate and those who please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they will be in Jannah forever, forever and forever. There was a king by the name of Harun al-Rashid. In his time there was a person by the name of Bahlul. People outwardly thought that he is a foolish person, but he was very pious and intelligent. So one day Harun al-Rashid called Bahlul in his palace. Because he was a king, he called him and Bahlul king. So Bahlul said, Gee king, he said, oh Bahlul, if you find someone more foolish than you, I'm giving you the stick, you can give it to him. So Bahlul very quietly, he took the stick and he went to him. Years later, someone told him, listen, the king Harun al-Rashid is sick. So Bahlul heard this and he went to the palace again. He sought permission, the guard gave him permission, he went inside, and Harun al-Rashid was on his deathbed. He said, oh Harun al-Rashid, the king, I heard you sick now. He said, yes. He said, I think this is your last sickness, you on a deathbed. You'll never gain recovery again. He said, I also think so. He said, Harun, I got a few questions for you if you don't mind. He said, yes. He said, Harun al-Rashid, in this world, wherever you went, you made sure your army, your soldier was there before time. He said, yes, you're correct. He said your accommodation was booked before you went to the place. He said, you're correct. He said, from your palace to the place where you went to, the entire road, you made sure it was protected and your army and your police safeguarded you. Am I correct? He said, yes, you're correct. He said, Harun al-Rashid, when you left your palace, with you had your servants, your khadims and your police, your soldiers, everyone around you. So everybody can protect you, they can feed you, whatever you want, they can fulfill your desires, what necessity desires. In our time, we will say now, holiday season. Wherever a person is going to a country, he will book his hotel before time. He will book from here to the airport. The country he is going to, he will make sure whoever is coming to fetch him this time, you have to be there because I'm dealing with my family. Accommodation, everything is booked on time, no disturbance at all. So Bahlul said, Harun al-Rashid, whatever I'm asking you, is it true or not? He said, yes. So then he said, oh Harun al-Rashid, when you went for a temporary trip in this world, wherever you went, everything was booked accordingly. Your army, your police, the entire trip was up to date. Now you're going for a journey, undertaking a journey which is forever, forever and forever, and you will never come back. Harun al-Rashid, what preparation did you do for this? So Harun al-Rashid said, Bahlul, not much I did for the akhirat. Then he said, oh Harun al-Rashid, you gave me the stick, and you told me if you find someone more foolish than you, you give it to him. I think there is no one more foolish than you, because you knew that there is a journey of akhirat forever. You never return and you never prepare for that. You take the stick So what a lesson for us Luqman Hakim gave to his son. وَعَمَلْ لِلْآخِرَةِ بِقَدْرِ بَقَائِكَ فِيهَا. Oh my son, strive for akhirat. Make an effort for hereafter according to the time you will spend in akhirat. And you all know we will be in akhirat forever, forever and forever. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us the tawfiq and the ability to prepare for the hereafter. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillah.